demonstration. I guess this is a video of demonstration, but this is a video of demonstration from the retrospective point of view, I suppose. We're looking back about 40 minutes ago. I just played this game, but I wanna go over this replay because this is kind of like I think this is a good replay to show what you do when your mid is feeding. Just in general, whether you're an Earth Spirit picker like myself or not is besides the point, because this is a good video, I would say, to just calm down and realize that just because somebody on your team is having a bad game and talking in all chat and flaming and saying GG and stuff doesn't necessarily mean that you need to give up on the game. So anyways, they do some cutesy stuff and they get both bounty runes. That's unfortunate. Maybe if I had been there I could have made an impact, but I doubt it. So we do the typical Earth Spirit stuff. So everything that I've done thus far is stuff that you should already know if you're watching my videos, right? Or if you watch my stream, or if you know anything about me whatsoever, okay? Start no items except for a ward. I try to block their pull. This ward is just a little bit too south, but whatever, I'll correct that play next game. So that's just, you know, mistake number one, a little bit too south. I pull the creep, and I'm working towards my bottle. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys the perfect Earth Spirit game that you guys all love and ask me for. You guys commonly ask, is Earth Spirit better as a solo offlane? And I tell you guys pretty objectively, yes. There's very few circumstances in which he's kind of good in a dual lane, but generally speaking, I prefer a solo offlane. And even here at 4.6 or 4.7k MMR, I can't show you guys that perfect, juicy offlane Earth Spirit game. Actually, ironically enough, the game that I played before this was a really good solo offlane game, but I can't access the replay for some reason. So we're going to look at this game, and it's also, like I said earlier, it's a good thing that we're looking at this game because we can kind of show you what you do when your mid is feeding. A little bit. I mean, I don't really do anything other than hold team equanimity, right? Like, I try to just remain stalwart and tell people to calm down, and you're not going to see that, but you're definitely, I guess it's what you're not going to see that is the most important part, right? You're not going to see me lose my cool, start raging and giving up and flaming in all chat and losing the game, because as I've told you guys before, that is like the #1 way to guarantee that you don't gain MMR, and that's when you give up on yourself or on your team. So anyways, pretty basic stuff. I didn't even take a last hit this game. I tried to, but I couldn't, unfortunately. So I just waited literally for ambient gold to get me my bottle before the 2-minute mark. I was lucky. Lion chose to stack. Well, try to stack and then pull the camp as opposed to actually fight for the rune. So that's cool. So I got a free rune. It was a bounty. That's always nice as well. And we're just going to stay in lane and leech that juicy duo EXP, as well as try to save the Lina if we can. Or just watch over the Lina. The Lina here is going to be either a position 3 or a position 4. I'm still trying to map that on my head. At this moment in time, I don't know what's going to happen, right? We've got Tusk, which is just whatever. Tusk is just going to be the bitch support, right? That's pretty much guaranteed. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking like the first one of us to die in this off lane is probably going to be the position 4. It's either this Lina is going to die, get nothing out of it because this lane looks kind of bad, and she'll just start buying wards, or I'm going to be doing that, right? But then that's when I realized, and we're going to find that out a few seconds from now. So that Quap is getting sat on, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. This, it's around, yeah, okay, so ignore what the Quap is saying for now. We're going to go back and talk about that. So anyways, I think it was right then and there. No, it wasn't. Okay. It's coming up here when yeah, this is when I realized that this is actually not a terrible lane, right? It was at this point that I realized that this lane isn't actually terrible. We get a kill on that Lion. The Lina ends up dying still in the process, which is very unfortunate because I have no mana. I think I did make a misplay here, actually. Let's talk about the misplay that I made here. Yeah, okay. So, here's the misplay that I made. Okay, watch. Okay. I'm scared right now. Like, I'm all, oh man, herp derp. I'm very scared. And I don't hit my rolling boulder. If I did, I wouldn't have had to use that extra bit of mana to kick that kid. I probably didn't even need to kick that kid, if I'm honest. But if I had that extra mana there, if I had hit my boulder and just killed the kid with boulder and right clicks, I could have saved the Lina. Maybe. I could have tried to save the Lina. So that was a mistake I made there. But even still, getting that kill between Lina and I made me realize, wow, like we actually have 2 stuns. This isn't a terrible lane. We can maybe make something out of this. If it's 2 versus 2 and that bounty tries to stay mid the entire time, like, we can probably kill this lane a few times, and that'd be great. And then also, the Lina pings me. I was going to do it anyways, but the Lina starts pinging me saying, I'll refill your bottle. And I'm like, nice. Like, this guy and I are on the same wavelength, right? And so this is kind of essentially what you do, right, when your mid is feeding. Let's check this guy out. He's 1-2-1 so far. So this Quap hasn't lost her game yet or anything like that. But as you'll see on the minimap, Bounty's in Viz and the Lion's there. She's going to die here again pretty soon. Yeah, she just died there, and we're going to try to kill this kid, and we're not actually going to get anything from it. And she's still calling GG. So now we're going to focus on the Quap. This is the most important thing that I can teach you guys all game from this particular replay. I always say that all the time, but from this particular replay, what we're trying to learn is what you do when your team is, when you're mid or somebody is baby raging, okay? And that's what she's doing, essentially. She's baby raging. She's calling GG in all chat. In ally chat, she's saying GG, no supports, no rotation. You guys suck and stuff like that. And eventually she's going to get a trolly. She's going to develop this troll attitude where she starts buying wards and saying, I'm going to play the support. I actually don't mind that at all. I'd rather this chick play support. This is when I'm looking at mid and I'm like, man, like, maybe I can come here and help this kid or something like that. And then he's like, no, you take mid now. I remember that. This is where this guy's like, yo, you got to take the mid. You're the mid laner now. I'm going to go play support. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'll leech solo XP. And then Lina, I don't know what this Lina was thinking, but I'm glad that she did this. This Lina rotated mid too, and I think we get a kill out of this. And this just goes to show, right? Okay, and this is also cool. This is like what the Quap should have been doing the whole time. It's just like instantly blinking out whenever the first sign of trouble happens. Although, I'm sure if we went back and watched how the Quap died, we'd just find a different story. This is good. Yo, Wired, are the emats out, or is this some 6.86 timing? This is some 6.86 timing. I'm going to pause. Unfortunately, I'll even show this on stream, just because I think this might be a funny thing to include into the VOD. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm trying to make my own chat emotes, so I'll show you right now. Emoticons. Fortunately, they're still pending. I don't know how this is possible, right? The first emotes that I sent in took them like 5 hours to respond to. The second wave of emotes, 2 days ago I sent these bad boys in at 11:53 p.m., right? It's been 2.5 days ago since this, and they still haven't responded. Dude, freaking rip. Anyways, let's get back to the game. I'm sorry, that was the last time I'll do that. So, alright, play the video. Lina rotates mid with me. Basically, we just shifted from bot to mid lane because we're still as one. And if you look, right, like, we still have some kill potential. Lina has her right clicks. She just used the last little bit of her mana, but Lina has her right clicks, and I have a stun and a roll. We can kill the Shadow Fiend. In fact, I'm guaranteeing that we kill the Shadow Fiend right here. Also, because he's making a dumb decision. You can't count on this for all your games. So I roll in, I stun him. I was pretty glad that I stunned him there because I've had a bad history tonight with stunning. I've missed a lot of stuns that I shouldn't have missed tonight. So yeah, we turned that into a kill. I think the Shadow Fiend got a little overconfident. I don't know. I think he just fed a little bit too much on that Quap and thought, man, like what? He's got 3 kills, I think? No, he's 1 and 3. Okay, never mind. No, Bounty Hunter's taking all the kills. So I don't know what that Shadow Fiend was really thinking there. I can't even say that it was overconfidence. The Chrome map too? 1 sec. I did download the Chrome map, I think. Give me 1 second here. So anyways, again, this Quap still baby raging, right? Let's check her out for a second, right? She's still like, I don't know where she is. She's still playing quite poorly, all things considered. And I can't stress enough how much she's raging in ally chat. But of course, that's kind of hard to prove because, you know, whatever. So I come bottom, and I just, honestly, if I'm being 100% dead serious, I TP bottom here for 2 reasons. One, the Lina is mid, and I don't necessarily need to be there anymore. I don't want to steal her EXP, and I don't think that Shadow Fiend is going to make the same mistake that he did twice. And the second and most important reason that I'm actually bottom lane right now is to try to make sure this Quap doesn't feed anymore, right? I'm literally only here to make sure this Quap doesn't feed. And also, I got very lucky, and I stunned this kid anyways, but this guy was just barely out of mana. He could have ulted me there if I had waited like a second, and he probably could have killed me, or at least gotten me really low. Now, he can't kill me, but he can get me really low. I have too much experience with Jugs currently to know that they can't kill me when I'm this... When they hit level 6 and I hit level 6, they can't actually kill me, but they can get me very low, and I'm within a few auto attacks. So I got very lucky there, but guess who didn't get very lucky there? The Tusk did. This is very unfortunate. So you saw me back off after I stunned that Jug, and I was down... I can't start... I'm down here to make sure this Quap doesn't die, but the Tusk sees this as an opportunity for us to go in. I think especially... He just got done TPing in. I think it's especially because of the sentries that he saw here. But anyways, so we went in, we traded Bounty's life for Tusk. Bounty was on a little bit of a kill spree there. He killed 2 people, but his net worth was not high enough, especially compared to our Tusk, who is doing better than their... Well, they're doing about the same. That was probably an even trade, to be completely honest. We were around so we could soak the EXP of the dead bounty. They were around so they could soak the EXP of the dead tusk. That was overall an even trade, and I won't harp on that too much. But again, I'm down here just to accomplish the goal of not having this Quap feed too much more. So I'm trying to control her lane, so to speak, or I guess control her gameplay. This is not like Chalan Qual, okay? I'm not trying to boost her gameplay or anything like that. Yeah, so there, the reason I pulled that stone was because I was like, man, if I can hit him with that stone with my Q, I could probably hit him with that stone with my E, and I didn't want to overuse my stones. Plus, I didn't even actually have a stone there anyway, so I couldn't have pulled a stone even if I wanted to. So yeah, we killed the lion. The Quap died again. I honestly almost think the lion almost was seems like he's worth it at this point for the Quap's life because the Quap has fed so much, but it didn't actually end up being that case, and that was actually a bad trade because that drug ended up being there. But I haven't died yet, right? I have not died once in this entire game, and nor has our Slark, and so that's good stuff. Very happy about this game so far, despite the fact that the Quap is baby ranging in ally chat and whatnot. Okay. Our goal this game, right, was just to make it to the mid/later stages of the game. Because we have answers for all of their heroes up until they can get a BKB. And our heroes have answers to their heroes once our heroes get BKB, right? Bounty, Lion, and Earthshaker all very much struggle with heroes that have BKB. So if we can make it to that super late game stage where Slark becomes very, very hard to kill as he starts to beat on carries and steal their essence, and once he gets a BKB as well, it's going to be very difficult for these kids to win fights. And if we can just make it to the mid-game stage where Tusk, myself, Quap, and Lena are all very powerful heroes, then we're going to be sitting fine. All we got to do this game is like just not die to early bounty rooms. So continuing on, I stacked this camp, but I feel like it wasn't necessary. In fact, I'm pretty darn sure that nobody takes a stack. Did that even... Yeah, okay, so that did stack, but I wouldn't actually put it past my team to have never taken that stack, right? I don't know, I almost just stacked that camp for formality reasons because I was in the vicinity and I felt like I was obligated to stacking that camp. But anyways, so I should have honestly given the bottle to the Lena there, but that was very nice of her to fill up my health there. That was a mistake, all things considered. I did make a few mistakes this game, don't get me wrong. It just goes to show that you can always find faults in your play, even if you think you're playing a perfect game. Which I did not think I was playing a perfect game. So at this point, I was very happy. I was like, this Quap is trying her absolute best to throw this game, but everybody else on my team is doing great. And so you may look at this game and say, Wired, this isn't really a good example of what to do when your team baby rages and feeds, because only one person on your team is actually baby raging. Everybody else on your team is actually trying. But I think we do take a bad fight sooner or later in this game that you will see kind of makes me feel like... I think it's actually coming up. I think we dive one of these kids when we shouldn't have died. Not here. This is not the case. This looks like a pretty good dive. And then I think he lives. Yeah, no, he doesn't live. Who am I kidding? It's this guy that I was like, no, we definitely shouldn't dive this guy. But they were kind of pinging him. But you'll see here. Coming up, I'm pretty sure we're going to take a fight that makes the Quap say GG. And makes the Slark get really mad too. Because the Slark is... This particular Slark, I should say. This Slark and this Quap are people that you have seen before, even if you have not seen their names before. They are personalities that are vicariously existent. Is vicarious the right word here? I'm pretty sure vicarious is the right word here. Yeah, experiencing the imagination through feelings or actions of another person, right? They coexist as personalities all throughout the Dota community, and even if you haven't seen these exact players, I guarantee you've seen people just like these guys before, okay? The Quap is the kind of person that goes mid, feeds hard, rages at the team, okay? We've all experienced those kinds of mids. And the Slark is the kind of player, he's not like the kind of safe player stereotypical like the Quap is. The Quap is the stereotypical mid player. The Slark is the stereotypical, one thing's going wrong, instantly we have to say GG, right? He doesn't feel like we have enough sentries on the map to see their bounty hunter when he was making roams, and so he starts saying GG, starts giving up, etc., so forth and whatnot, which is also very unfortunate for this game. And so yeah, right when that Slark died, he said GG, and I was like, dude, what the fuck were you doing over there in the first place? I didn't say that actually to him because I'm trying to hold team equanimity, but I was thinking in my mind, I was like, I don't know what that kid was even doing there. So yeah, it's coming up here. We're gonna either they make a dive or we make a dive, but one way or another, like there's a dumb decision that happens, and it's really unfortunate. Okay. So yeah, we're not gonna like super hardcore adamantly focus on my Earth Spirit play this game because that's not the real that's not what we're really trying to learn here. We're just trying to in all honesty, like we're just kind of trying to divulge a little known fact about Dota that I can't really even divulge appropriately this game just because we can't see team chat, and maybe I should just pull the stream VOD directly. But you just gotta take my word for it that this Quap and the Slark are kind of reaching, and I'm trying to stick with the key team members on my team that still believe in this game and get kills and make plays with them. Okay, the Lena is still holding her head high and keeping her hopes and dreams strong, right? She's not letting her memes be dreams, okay? She's letting her reality take over, so to speak. And she's trying very hard to win this game. So is this Tusk. So I'm sticking with them. I'm buying support items. I'm getting mech, warding up and crap like that. Especially the Slark is baby raging about not having enough sentries. So I'm like, okay, like if it'll shut this kid up, I'll buy sentries. And this Quap is baby raging about how she's going to play support and stuff like that. And how she's sick and tired of like not getting supports that are going to roam and rotate for her. So I'll play support, I'll roam and rotate for her. I'll make sure that I sit on her lap and make sure she doesn't die anymore. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to make the team stay calm, right? That's what we're trying to take away from this game. Is hoping the team stay... Okay, so this is kind of a bad fight. This is actually a really good fight, but it can seem bad if you don't know what you're looking at. So yeah, Kid gets a double. No, nobody gets a double there, but we pick up 2 kills, and the Earthshaker dies, I think, to the Slark solo. How does the Earthshaker die? To Lena? Shadow Fiend? Okay. So never mind. The Earthshaker was apparently there and he died. Because the bounty was there. Okay. That may seem bad, especially since that was my first death of the game, so maybe it seems like I fed a lot of net worth, and perhaps I did. But getting a kill on their Shadow Fiend like that's a very good thing. Especially, killing Shadow Fiend, guys, it has way more implications than you may think. Because Shadow Fiend is the kind of hero... This might be the bad play here. I can't tell. So let me just talk about this. Killing Shadow Fiend, especially before you're going to go make a big push, is a great thing. In fact, killing Shadow Fiend should try to indicate some sort of push timing for you. Because once you kill a Shadow Fiend, he needs to regain his souls. And it's hard for a Shadow Fiend to clear the wave if you're pushing it in. Because when he goes up to use raises, unless they're a long range... one long range raise will not clear a wave. So he has to use 2 raises. And when he comes up to use that medium range raise, you just jump on him. Because it's such a short range. So either he goes and farms a jungle camp and can't contribute appropriately to the team fight, or he goes and tries to fight in the team fight, but at an inferior damage count because he's weakened on his raise count or on his souls count because he doesn't have enough souls. So yeah, we kill 3, but maybe I'm entirely wrong. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. Maybe this game is just a stop where we have 1 or 2 baby ragers in the game that you guys aren't going to ever be able to see, but it just doesn't matter that they're baby raging because we're just going to win the game anyways, and this VOD isn't going to look like it's going to be educational at all. Yeah, it's not going to be too educational, I guess, because it doesn't look like anybody's baby raging. You saw a little bit of the Quap saying GG, but it's a good play where I let the illusions take. But yeah, the Shadow Fiend just said end it, and I think this is where he buys... Is he going to buy Quelling Blades now? No, he's not going to buy Quelling Blades yet. Let's watch. Let's see when he gives up, because it's going to be soon here. He's going to TP. He's going to go and farm. And then I think that Slark is going to come up here and kill him. Yeah. This kid's about to die. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. The bounty... That's... Okay, alright. So I'll pause. This has been a pretty short video. I was trying to highlight to the best of my ability... 20 minutes. I was trying to highlight to the best of my ability. I don't know if the point got across. Kind of what you do when you're trying to hold the fort down and make your team not rage. I don't know if I did that properly or accurately, but maybe I did. Maybe you guys learned something here, right? If your mid starts raging and buys a Midas on Quap, and starts raging that there's no support rotations, you just go and support rotate for her, make her feel better so she doesn't quit the game and tries to play. If your Slark complains that there's not enough sentries, you buy sentries just to make sure that he doesn't complain. In general, try to encourage your team, even though, if your team is shouting at you and giving you nothing but hate, you should try to turn the other cheek and give them nothing but kindness in return. Because that's probably the best way that you can guarantee that they're not going to rage too much at you. Although, there's really no such thing as guarantees in this case. So anyways, I hope you learned something. If you didn't, I do apologize. But nonetheless, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and take care.